And in the summer of 2013, I was having a midlife crisis. And I felt like I was missing something, like a call to a road less traveled. I was aware of these families, sailing families that were circumnavigating the globe, and I wanted to have a similar, smaller adventure with my own family. So I convinced my husband and my kids that we really needed to do this, and they went along with the plan, which meant that I would have to quit my job, we'd have to sell everything, and we'd also have to learn how to sail. Um, so we decided that we were going to do this down in Mexico. We loved Mexico and knew that that was where the adventure would have to begin, if not end. And though you get a lot of bad things coming out of Mexico, for us it was just a have to. So when the job was done and everything was packed, we drove down the length of the Baja, down to La Paz to take our first sailing lesson. So it was a 7-day lesson at sea. And it showed our family that not only could we survive, but actually thrive afloat. And the fact that my kids didn't fall overboard also helped my husband feel better, that they had a healthy sense of self-preservation. I don't think he gave him credit for it first. When we came into the marina, we actually found the boat, and she was beautiful. And our instructor went to walk a tour of it, and he's like, "This is the best boat ever, and way too much for you guys." So we said we had to have her. So this is Mangus. She's a 50-foot Baquier Centurion, which is a hybrid cruiser that's known for speed as well as for comfort. She's 3 cabins and only 300 square feet. So we had to learn everything about her, not just how to sail, but water makers and radar and the whole bit. And during this prep time, we also took several trips down that 900-mile stretch of the Baja. Now, this is a 2-lane highway with no shoulders and lots of cows, so you don't drive it at night. And what we did learn, though, was that that's really where our adventure began. And with every trip, we knew that any fears that we had were totally being dissipated. In La Paz itself, we really began to let go of the what-ifs that seemed to plague us here in the US and really started to look more at not fearing the danger that was possible, but what was statistically probable, and that just really opened up everything for us. But one risk we really did fear was weather, and no matter how many great forecasts we would get, we invariably would find ourselves with 8-foot swells and 30-knot winds at 2 a.m. in the morning up on deck, working our way through it, scared to death, trying not to panic because we have 3 kids down below that are counting on us. But with those risks came great rewards like Isla Isabel that you just saw up there, which is a breeding ground for brown boobies and blue-footed boobies and frigate birds, and who doesn't love to say boobies? And the kids also got a lot of experiences, and they mixed that a lot with traditional schooling. They learned a lot of the practical as well. They learned how to fish and how to prepare meals, and our 9-year-old son would even take night watch duties, 2-hour shifts of watching the radar and also maintaining our heading while dad or mom tried to catch a quick nap in the cockpit. And on those nights with night watches, when you're alone up there, sometimes you could peek over the side and you would see the bioluminescent algae outlining in bright blue the dolphins that were escorting you along your way. And our way also took us to a lot of inland roads as well. We would actually travel through 19 Mexican states that the United States government has on their travel warning list. But they were really great places to be, and there weren't a lot of American tourists there. And the sea would always, though, call us back. So we didn't spend a lot of time on land. We always tried to get back to the sea. Now, I'm not one of those people that's always known what it was I was supposed to do with my life. And I was really hoping that this trip was gonna really show me. I would get that aha moment and I would know, that epiphany of what exactly I was supposed to be doing. Now, during that time, that time didn't really come soon enough. And as we were getting towards the end of the trip, I was really starting to panic because my husband's a stay-at-home dad, so I needed to find a job, and I didn't know what I was gonna be doing next. So as I was waiting for that moment, and I had these occasions like this one that I thought, this is perfect. I mean, it's silent, it's the end of a night watch, everyone's asleep. I should have that internal green flash. I should get that final epiphany. But that epiphany really never came during the trip, and it wasn't until later that I realized that my epiphany had been back in that summer evening in 2013, at that time when I decided to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses because no one's keeping score, and that instead, if the conditions are right and you know when to look, your green flashes are out there waiting for you. Thank you.